In the dead of night on March 19, 2026, as American and Israeli warplanes thundered across Iranian skies in a relentless campaign of fire and steel, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps delivered a thunderbolt that shattered the illusion of invincibility. High above the darkened landscape of central Iran, a lone U.S. F-35A Lightning II, the most advanced stealth fighter ever built, the pride of the American arsenal, suddenly shuddered under a savage impact. A silent missile, invisible to radar and undetected by any warning system, had ripped into its engine exhaust with ferocious precision. The jet bucked violently, trailing fire and smoke, and the pilot fought desperately to keep it aloft before limping into an emergency landing. Shrapnel wounds marked the pilot. The aircraft was scarred. U.S. Central Command was forced to admit the unthinkable. One of their unkillable F-35s had been hit by Iranian ground fire. Iran released raw thermal footage showing the ambush, a ghostly heat signature locked and struck without mercy. The world's most sophisticated stealth jet had been wounded in combat for the first time in history. This was no accident of war. It was the terrifying climax of a 15-year shadow war of ingenuity and defiance. It all began on December 4, 2011, when Iranian forces captured an intact American RQ-170 Sentinel stealth drone that had mysteriously landed in the desert near Kashmir. What followed was a masterclass in reverse engineering. Iranian scientists dissected every curve, every coating, every sensor of America's prized stealth technology. From that single captured drone, Iran unlocked the secrets of invisibility and then weaponized that knowledge against its creators. Under crushing international sanctions, Iran forged an entirely indigenous air defense empire from the ground up. The deadliest fruit of that labor was the Majid short-range air defense system, a lean, mobile killer mounted on trucks, armed not with loud, betraying radars, but with cold, silent electro-optical and infrared seekers that hunt purely by heat. While the F-35 was engineered to ghost through radar nets like a phantom, it could never hide the blazing inferno inside its powerful engine. The Majid waited patiently in the shadows. When the massive U.S.-Israeli air assault erupted on February 28, 2026, wave after wave of precision strikes smashed Iran's big fixed radars and long-range missile batteries. Yet the small, nimble Majid units survived, constantly moving, radar silent, invisible to electronic eyes. They lurked like predators in the night, their thermal sensors drinking in the sky. On that fateful March evening, one of them locked on to the F-35's searing exhaust plume. No alarm blared in the cockpit, no radar ping warned the pilot. The missile streaked upward in utter silence, a ghost in the darkness, and slammed home with devastating force. The explosion lit up the night sky as the invincible stealth fighter was brought low by an enemy that refused to play by the old rules of war. In that single searing moment, Iran sent a chilling message that echoed across the globe. Even the most advanced weapons of the superpowers have limits when faced with relentless determination, captured secrets, and years of patient, sanctions-defying engineering. The stealth myth had been bloodied. The F-35, though still the most lethal fighter in the skies, had been forced to bleed, proving that in the brutal arena of modern war, heat, ingenuity, and ambush can humble even the mightiest machines.